Bill 2019, Srimati Smriti Jubin Irani to move for leave to introduce the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Amendment Bill 2019.
Sir, I rise to move for leave to introduce the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Amendment Bill 2019.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
That the other house sitting up to 12th, but I am not for that. We are House of Elders. We are House of Elders. I said other house. In Parliament there is no upper or lower. Only thing that there are two bills on arbitration. One is New Delhi Arbitration Center Bill and another is Arbitration and Conciliation Amendment Bill. So 2 hours have been allocated by BSE for each of the bills. But sir, the smaller parties, they will get only 1 or 2 minutes to speak on the bill. So my request is that let it be extended up to 8 o'clock today so that 3 hours for each of the bills can be allotted, subject to the consensus of the House.
Sir, I have one request. I would request, sir, I have nothing on timing. Let Sukhendu speak as much as he wants. But both the bills flow from the same recommendation. One is a substantive change in the Arbitration Act, other is a sentence. If both the bills are taken together, because whenever I will speak on the center, there is arbitration. Both be taken together, sir. They speak as much as they want. I am willing to listen to them and reply. That's my request.
Minister, please, Minister.
We have 2 bills today, and it deals with almost some of the identical issues also. So my suggestion is, I propose that through you to the House, that both the bills discussion may be taken up together, and later on naturally the voting will have to be separately. And if the members so desires, we may extend the timing also. We may not be 2 hours each. That was the time allotted by the BSE. But for providing more time for the members to participate.
6 o'clock for that.
That will be 6 o'clock. We may.
Deputy Chairman, sir, that we are starting just now. Let us keep it till 6 o'clock. If need be, you can extend further. I think 3 hours is enough for both the bills. As far as the members, Sukhendu Babu is a very learned person. I know that he speaks for 2 hours himself on the whole issue.
No, I am not going to speak for 2 hours. It has been allotted to my party. How can I speak on that? 7 minutes have been allotted.
The main suggestion is let me provide more time to the smaller parties. We are agreed about that.
Deputy Chairman, sir, what Sukhendu Shekhar ji has raised, I fully support that. The House is transacting the business which the government brings. But there are also issues that the members have with any bill that is brought in the House. First of all, the time allotted, yes, it's the BSE which is allotted, and both to be discussed together, is not adequate. It should be members, particularly those who are not given enough time. I can't complain, being the principal opposition party, but they have a right to express their views, because once it becomes the law, it affects the entire country. It's not to this party or that party or the government. Secondly, if I may put this on record at least, this practice, which we have serious objection to, not about the bill, that most of the bills that are coming passed by the other house, it's a fair company, unless and until this house does its constitutional duty to ensure legislative scrutiny of any bill that is brought before it becomes the law. Now that is not happening. We have been raising it time and again. Unless and until there is legislative scrutiny, because there are enough lacunae. Members will speak on it. There are concerns also. So once it goes through the scrutiny process, important bills, I am not the one to suggest that every bill has to go. But there are bills which have to go. There are large number of bills on which there is a consensus.
Thank you, Anandji. Thank
and
you.
those bills are passed.
Thank you, Anand.
Large number of bills.
Thank you.
But no, this should go on record. So it's not that we are saying every bill, but to bypass legislative scrutiny, whether of standing committee and for that matter of a select committee, is not correct legislative practice.
Thank you.
Like to place it on record, I would urge the chair also to look at the record of how many bills in the past used to go through both the houses without any such reference to the standing committee or select committee, and our track record of 5 years. And the honourable member will find that we have submitted far more percentage of the bills for scrutiny of the committees than the previous government, number one. Number two, I think substantively wherever we wanted that there should be standing committee scrutiny or select committee scrutiny in the past also, there has been a general consensus in the House and only after that bills have been passed. Certain times in the past, we have had so much disruption in the House because of which we could not get bills passed or bills be referred to the committees and then be passed. Because of disruptions, the House used to not function so smoothly. I am delighted that this time around, both houses are working so smoothly, and the government will certainly endeavour, as far as possible, where there is not an emergent situation or necessity of passing the bill without going through the scrutiny process, we will certainly endeavour to send them to either the standing committee or a joint committee, select committee. But many of these bills are legacies of many months of disruption in Parliament, due to which we could not go through the whole process. And therefore, I would urge the honourable member,
Thank you.
unless
Thank you,
there is
Mr.
anything very
Thank you.
significant,
Thank you. Let us end this debate. Let us move further.
Let us not
Gojal,
cast
let us move
aspersions
further.
that we
Please,
have any
Anand,
intention
please.
not to allow
Please.
scrutiny.
Please.
They are all unnecessary debates.
Yes, let us-
My
let us
limited point was
move
that
forward.
the time should be extended so that everybody get appropriate chance. That was the only limited point.
Whether we have agreed to take both of these bills
Yeah,
together.
both the bills may be taken up for discussion together,
And time may be extended.
and
Time can be
if
extended,
it is
Ranjit.
required, may be extended.
Sir, let us extend it till 6 o'clock. If need be, we can.
At 6 we will decide. At 6 we will decide.
In the past and what's happening now. But there was no bill of major significance that did not go through the standing committee process during 2004 to 2009,
Ram Ramesh,
2009
thank
to
you.
2014.
Statutory resolution.
I challenge the minister who has just
The
made a
New
statement
Delhi
to
International
tell us
Arbitration
an
Center Bill
example of an
2019 to
important
be
bill
discussed
that
together.
did not go
Yeah,
through the
please,
standing
Ram
committee.
Ramesh ji. Sri D. Raja, Sri Binay Vishwam, Sri Alaram Karim, please.
Yes, sir.
Move the resolution.
Yeah, I move the resolution.
You want to speak?
Yes, sir.
Please be brief and let us go.
Yes, thank you, sir.
शुरू करने के पहले ही brief
क्योंकि आगे फिर बोलने का मौका है मैडम, इस पे ब्रीफ ठीक आप प्लीज टेक योर सीट. Please
Sir,
take your seat.
I am not opposing the bill, but only opposing the route of ordinance. What was the extraordinary situation to promulgate an ordinance on 2nd March 2019, just before the general election declaration? Sir, as our leaders pointed out here,